Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day to everyone. Okay, my name is Noah Ilham bin Azmi, and today I will be presenting the introduction for the project. As everyone knows that each solution arises from a problem, therefore, I would like to talk about our problem statement. We know that everyone is busy with their job. Some might need to go to work as early as 7 until late around 8. Surely they will leave their home, so there is absolutely just a few times to do housework. Therefore, we invent a clothesline system that will help them monitoring their wet clothes due to their absence at home. The first problem that arises is it's raining but no one home. As someone leave their home, there is a chance of an unexpected rain. Therefore, this clothesline system will make sure that the clothes doesn't get wet due to the rain. And the second problem is forget to bring clothes in during the night. Maybe they tired after a long day at work. Therefore, the clothesline will help to bring in the clothes.
My name is Praveen, and today I would like to present about the methodology of our project, which is Clothline system. So, this is the step of implementation of our prototype. So, the first step is identify the problem. We need to identify the problem first to implement the prototype. For the second step is analysis the problem. We need to know what we face, what a problem that we face to solve the problem. For the third step is implement the prototype. So at here we are implement the prototype and we need to do all the coding and the components connection. So for the fourth step, we are now collect the data and result. So we know the data and result are suitable or not for solving our problem. And the last step is the prototype are ready to use. So this is the flowchart of our project. So the first one, this project will detect rain. So if no, then the system will not operate anything. And if yes, it will turn on the alarm, and Clothline will retract and extend. So this will protect our clothes from any uh, protect our clothes from getting wet. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I am Ahmad Fikri bin Rosman from Group 5. For my part, I will explain about the prototype.
Okay, we start present with the prototype. Okay, first I would like to present this is our flowchart. We start with the sensor, which is LDR sensor, and the water sensor, which collect data rain, and the LDR sensor collect the LDR data. We will declare in the Arduino Uno as input for data rain and input for data LDR. This is the formula to calculate whether the clothesline want to extend or retract uh, below the roof or under the sun. Okay, first we have this formula. If the data LDR minus data rain is below to 0, which is negative value, if it's true, then the clothesline will retract to the roof, and that means it's rain day, so we need to pull the shade below the roof. The stepper motor will rotate, pull the shade under the roof. If the data false, we will go to this data. If the data between 0 to 500, if it's true, then the clothesline will extend. That means the weather is day and hot, like afternoon. Yeah. It is false, then it will go to this value, which is above 500. If the data is above 500, then the clothesline will retract. That means it's rain at night, wet and cool. Yeah. Okay, next we have the coding. Okay, for this part, the coding say it will declare the pin at the Arduino, which is at pin 0, 8, 9, 10, 11. And this void setup will declare which pin is input, which pin is output. At the void loop part, we have the formula to determine whether the Clothline want to extend or retract at the certain value, which is if the value is equal to 0 or below, which is negative, it will declare range. So the clothline will retract under the roof. If the total value is equal to 500 or below, between 0 to 500, so that means it is dry and hot, which is like afternoon, we have sun and day. So the clothline will extend. If the total value is over 500, which means over 500, 501, 502, so the Arduino will declare the weather is wet and cool, which is rain and night. So the cloud line will retract. Okay. This at the void retract, this is the stepper motor rotation for the cloud line to retract. For the extend, this is the movement for stepper motor. This is to the right for extend. If retract, the stepper motor will rotate to the left. Okay, this is the prototype output result. As you can see, if the value light sensor plus water sensor is 0 and below, the indicator will determine rain. So the stepper motor will rotate to retract the source line. If the output value for light sensor and water sensor is between 0 to 500, the indicator says it's day and sunny, like noon. So the stepper motor line will extend the close line. And if the output value is 501 and above, it will declare night and rain. So the close line will retract. Okay, this is our prototype for the project. This is from the inside. And this is the our sketch before we start do the prototype. So as you can see, this is the stepper motor. At first, we want to use Wi-Fi for the wireless control, but yeah, we don't the shop don't have stock at that time, so we remove this Wi-Fi. So we use the rain sensor, light sensor, Arduino Uno, stepper motor. That's all.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all panels and our lecturer. So my name is Muhammad Aiman bin Haji Ishaq, and today I would like to present to our panels about creativity and innovation to our project. So our project is how to clothesline. So the creativity and innovation that have in this project is we add a water sensor and LDR sensor to a normal clothesline. So below is the picture of the LDR sensor, and the red one is a water sensor. Okay. LDR sensor is stand for light dependent resistor sensor. LDR is a component that has a variable resistance that change with the light intensity that fall upon it. So for our auto clothesline, when night, the motor will move the clothes on the clothesline inside the house. And when the daylight, the motor will move the clothes on the clothesline outside the house. Okay, next, we use the water sensor. So water sensor is a sensor that detect the presence of water. So when the day is a rainy day, The motor will move the clothes on the clothesline inside the house. So the creativity and innovation that we add in this project is we add a LDR sensor and also water sensor. That's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I would like to present about the conclusion based on our Clothline clothing system. Okay, my name is Muhammad Imran bin Abdul Razak. Okay, first of all, new technology will be developed from time to time. This show that people create technologies to benefit others and ease the burden. Okay, before this, usually people will pay using money, but nowadays, because of this technology, they created Bitcoin, which Bitcoin will help people. Others than that, uh, based from past few years, we just pay using cash, but nowadays we can go for online transfer. Okay, after that, technology help reduce time and energy. Okay, as an example, this washing machine. Okay, this washing machine, before this, people need to wash their clothes using using hand wash. Okay, but nowadays, they can reduce time by just putting all the clothes into this washing machine, and the output from this washing machine, the clothes will clean up. Okay, after that, there will always new innovation from recent object. Okay, as an example, this telephone. Based on 1960, this telephone and only can use for interacting each other. But nowadays, 2021, we have smartphone. This smartphone there has there have many application such as WhatsApp, Instagram. We can talk to each other. We can video call each other. There's always innovation in all technologies. Okay, and lastly, creative and innovation subject help students to develop creative thinking. All these idea, process, development, creativity, inspiration, vision, goal, all these idea come from development from creative and innovation subject in universities. I think that's all from me. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.